Today we'll swing into summer with information about Winchester Academy's summer series. Find out everything you need to know about swimming at the South Park Beach. We'll learn more about the history of the Veterans Home at King with a book by a local author. See some very talented high school artists and feature the Pet of the Month. I'm Joni Kern and this is What's Happening Waupaca. Our first guest this afternoon is Ann Linden from the Winchester Academy. It's good to have you back and see you again.
It's nice to be here.
Well, thanks. We are going to talk about some summer programs. You guys are great about putting together some summer programs, and we have a whole schedule of them, but we're going to pick on two of them.
Okay.
To talk about today. The first one I want to talk about, because I saw the title of this and I really wanted to do it, is Growing Power in the Good Food Revolution. There are so many of us that are starting to become very concerned about the pesticides and GMOs and all of that, that we want to learn more about growing our own good food. So what is this topic going to do for us?
Well, the speaker is a gentleman by the name of Will Allen, and he comes to us from Milwaukee, but he is a nationally known expert on the subject of urban farming. And he actually goes around and sets up projects and has demonstrations. He does teaching. They've got a whole bunch of resources. They created a branch office in Chicago, and we're so pleased to have him come to our little town to talk to us.
Right. But
about all the great things they do.
He's actually not going to be here at the library. He's going to be speaking at the middle school.
That's correct. We're expecting a pretty big audience for this particular program. It's being advertised at the farmers market and the community gardens, et cetera. So we scheduled the middle school auditorium to accommodate that bigger crowd.
That's fabulous. What a great way. In the end of it's scheduled for June 29th. So it's
That's
a great
right.
way. If you're anything like me, I'm just getting garden planted around about June 29th. But it's a great way to teach us some about the food that we're putting in our systems and how to make that a little bit better. The other one we're going to talk about is the technical education and what it can do for everyone from high school graduates to 50 or 60-year-old people, correct?
That's right. And we've invited Dr. Susan May from the Fox Valley Technical College to address that topic with us. And I think this program will just be great for anyone who's thinking about a technical type career. They offer numerous programs, but she's not going to just talk about her institution. She's going to talk about the economy at large and what this kind of education helps people prepare themselves to participate in the economy in a productive way.
You know, and there's a couple of whole facets to it, which is part of what makes this so interesting to me, is not only do we need a base education, so coming out of high school, we can go get a lot of our general ed credits at a technical college at a far lower price than college and then transfer them to get your basic education, but to go back and finish up or to continue learning as you grow older is just as much fun, and sometimes it's even more fun.
Well, and a lot of people are facing career changes. Technology becomes obsolete, and you have to learn new equipment, new procedures, new technology.
Well, exactly. I mean, you have to keep up. But the technical college also offers lots of shorter courses that, you know, day-long courses, or
that's true.
They do all kinds of stuff at the tech. So, and Susan May is a terrific person.
She is, and she's a terrific speaker, so I'm really looking forward to this program.
We are going to mention that you guys now have a Facebook page, so we can go on and follow you on Facebook, correct?
That's correct.
And that's going to have this entire summer series.
It already does. And then if you like us, you will get updates as our events are scheduled.
And that's pretty neat to have that, because Facebook is a huge part of this. You know, we just have a couple of more seconds, and I'm going to bring this, I'm going to talk about this for just a second, because on July 13th, you have a speaker coming in to talk about organ transplantation.
That's right.
So that, I think, I mean, that would be pretty near and dear to my heart and pretty interesting to come see.
Absolutely. That program was inspired by a couple of local people that I've talked to that have actually donated their kidneys. And it also ties in with the library summer theme of Everyday Heroes.
I think that's good. It's fabulous. We have to get on Facebook or get on your webpage so that we can see everything, because there's some absolutely fabulous programs you have out here this summer. Thank you, Ann, for being here. We'll see you again.
Thank you.
Next up, we are going to the beach.
The Revival in downtown Waupaca prides themselves in providing above and beyond customer service. From small to tall, women of any age can consider the Revival your professional personal stylist, helping you find the right outfit for any occasion, weddings, senior pictures, or even a special night out. The Revival also specializes in home decor with a large selection and variety of items to choose from, including art from local Waupaca artists. The Revival, 111 West Fulton Street across from Farmer State Bank, downtown Waupaca. For more information, call 715-281-5100 or find them on Facebook. The Revival, home, art, and fashion.
We are enjoying a little beach time with Andrew today. Welcome to the show, back to the show, I should say.
Yeah, I'm a regular now, huh?
Hey, we love it. And we love talking to the Parks and Rec Department because the community of Waupaca has so many things to offer adults and children alike. So we're standing here at the beach today in this beautiful weather. So tell me a little bit about the beach and what it has going on for kids this year.
Sure, we have a lot of things that we offer here, but really, it is a great asset to the community that we have a beach here. A lot of communities don't have something like this where you can come and, play in the sand and enjoy yourself and get a tan and be in the water. I mean, it's really nice for families to be able to come down here. We do offer a lot of programs down here, and those actually cover, kids as young as 3 all the way up to adults for swimming lessons and such. So we generally offer 2 sessions of swimming lessons. The first one runs mid-June to the end of July. It's a 2-week session. And there's another one that starts the second week in July. It runs for 2 weeks. Sign up is ongoing before that, anytime before that. They generally run Monday through Thursday. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that week. Same thing for the second week, and then you're done, and kids can move up through the levels and stuff. It's really neat. Jackie, who works down here and kind of runs the beach for us, she's been here since I took swimming lessons, which was a long, long time ago, and so she's a great asset to the beach as well. But it's just a neat place to have for our community.
Well, and swimming lessons are so important for kids. Waupaca has so much water, especially, that we want to make sure that the kids at least know the basics of how to make sure they're safe in water.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, every kid should learn no matter what. It's not just about being a great swimmer. It's about, that risk of being around water and stuff. You read a lot of that in, parenting magazines, park and rec magazines. If they don't know how to play baseball, it's okay. If they don't know how to swim, that could affect them at some point in their lives. So it is really an important skill to learn, not to just be able to do it and have fun, but to be safe as well.
So what are the beach hours here in the summer?
We have lifeguards on duty Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And on Saturdays, we stay open a little bit later. It's 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
So is there if I come down at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock on a weeknight, am I going to get chased off the beach?
Well, what they do is they do bring everyone out. Lifeguards pack up and head out, and then after that point, you're essentially swimming at your own risk. But we do clear the water from what they're watching, and then you can get back in a little bit later, because there are people that probably come down here after hours or before hours and do a little bit of swimming, but lifeguards are only on duty and responsible during those times.
And it is best to swim, especially if you have kids, with a lifeguard on duty.
Absolutely.
Now tell me a little bit, there's a couple of platforms behind us with a diving board and some slides. Tell me a little bit about those.
Sure, so we have 2 different docks, we call them. You can see the big one hopefully out in the distance there. That's kind of the one that you have to be able to swim out there. Lifeguards keep an eye on you. You can't be pulled out there or taken out there. You need to be able to be a strong enough swimmer to go out there. We have a slide, and then the ever so scary high diving board, which I remember going off the first time as a kid. It's quite an accomplishment for a kid to be able to jump off. I'm guessing you're over 10 feet above the water or so on that one, so it's pretty hair-raising if you're a youngster.
Those first couple of dives off a board are really, yeah, and the bridges, not that I ever did that.
Yeah, so we do have a smaller area here right behind us to the left here. It does have a smaller dock to it, so that's one that you can generally walk to. It's just for the younger kids. It has a slide on it, and then we have a slide right in the shallow area here as well for the kids to kind of play with. So there's a lot of different things to do down here for a family. You can spend a whole day down here and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you told me that you'll be doing some improvements to the beach house?
Yep, in the future here, I'm not sure if it's going to happen during the season or right after this season. We're going to get some new flooring put in. We had someone graciously help us out with that. So it's going to be really nice. There's showers in there, there's bathrooms in there. It'll all have that rubber coating on there, so it'll be nice and clean, and it'll look really good with that as well. So we're always trying to improve the things that we offer and make them better for the community, and we have a lot of really nice people in the community that help us accomplish that.
And South Park is becoming such a beautiful place with all of the improvements that have been made that we all need to come down here and spend some time picnicking and frolicking in the water and having a good time this summer.
Yeah, we offer a lot down here. This is kind of the focal point of our parks, being right downtown. Of course, we have the new shelter up there, the new playground that gets used all the time. There's always people up there. We have a lower shelter down here as well on the lake, and so there's a lot to offer down here. And you can rent them if you want and have parties down here. People have, family reunions, weddings, all that kind of stuff down here as well. So, yeah, it's really becoming a focal point. We want it to be, the main park in our town.
Well, thanks for sharing the beach with us, Andrew. I appreciate it. And what we need to do is you need to check the Waupaca website, go to the Parks and Rec area, and we can get all of the hours for the beach and the swimming lessons and all of that kind of stuff. So thanks again for being here and enjoying the sunshine with us.
All right, thank you.
A Waupaca City Park is close to where you live. Enjoy the skateboard park, baseball and other sporting activities, playgrounds galore, the South Park Beach, rent a shelter for your cookout or family gathering, enjoy fishing, picturesque views, relax with nature, hike the River Ridge Trail, and check out the community garden. Waupaca Parks, where nature, sports, friends, and family come to meet. Learn more about Waupaca Parks at waupacaparkandrec.com.
If you'd like to be a guest on What's Happening Waupaca, contact Josh at 715-258-4405 or email jwerner@cityofwaupaca.org. Full details at wintvwaupaca.com.
We have Kim Helton here, who you're a big part of the Veterans Home at King. We were just talking to you about what you're going to do with Memorial Day. But you also wrote a book, which is the history of the Veterans Home at King, which was, I read the back of it, it was incorporated in 1887.
Right.
Which is, I had no idea it was that old. So tell us a little bit about why you wrote the book.
Well, actually, when I was a kid, I used to work at Onaway Island when I was 15 or 16 years old. And then my days off, I spent it on the grounds of the home talking to World War I veterans and what they went through with mustard gas and trench warfare and that sort of thing. And then when I got, into my late 40s, early 50s, I kind of looked back to see if I could find photographs of how I remembered the home. And that became a very big chore, because those photographs really didn't seem to exist anymore. That image that the home had back in the mid-60s didn't seem to exist anymore. So I started collecting photographs. And then I heard that there was a box full of photographs at the home. So I stopped in, you know, knowing people there, I stopped in and asked if I could borrow the photographs. And they said, what do you want to do with them? And I said, well, I'd like to just have them for myself so I can remember what the home was like when I was here.
Uh-huh.
And then they said, well, do us a favor and put it into a book, will you? And I said, well, I'm not an author. I'm not a writer. I hate writing. I hate English. It's not my thing. And they asked me again, and I said, all right, for you guys, I'll do it. And so I had everything ready to publish in a book, and then 9/11 happened. All the state funding backed out. They approached me and told me that it just wasn't going to happen from them. If the book wanted to be published, it had to be from me. So I went to a publisher in Stevens Point and had a real healthy discussion on how to produce a hardbound book on the home, and had everything pretty well squared away. And then the next morning, my father-in-law calls me up and he said, did you see the news? I says, no, I'm on vacation. I don't turn TV on. He said, well, you better go find out what's going on with your paper mill. So I turned it on and I found out that half the labor force was getting laid off. And I just turned to my wife and I says, it looks like this just isn't going to happen. So I shelved the book for 3 years, and then I was helping out at the Waupaca Historical Society, identify Civil War items. And so I walked in on a cold winter night, and Mark Ebner gave me a letter, and he said, here, you might be interested in this. And here it was a letter from Arcadia Publishing looking for authors who did just the very thing I did. And so I gave them a jingle, and a week later I had the okay to have the book published through them. And
This really is incredible. You were telling me that this is more of a documentary
Yes.
than anything else. You guys aren't going to be able to see this, but the book is absolutely chock full of pictures that show us, I think, you know, what Waupaca looked like
Right.
100 years ago, and some of the homes and the buildings. It really is just fascinating.
Well, just to save
For
the
me.
grandeur of the home was part of my work ethic behind it.
And I think this shows it, because this shows, the home right on the lake. It's really
It's an
beautiful
eerie looking
picture.
photograph, but it really does it justice.
Yep. Yeah. So now you've written a couple of other books as well.
Yes, I did a book on Waupaca, and I did a Waupaca and Poisippi in eastern Washira County.
So you've done a ton of other books. Now, where can I pick one of these up?
Right now, the best place would be at the Veterans Home, at the gift shop.
Okay.
Or you can go through me.
So when we go there for Memorial Day, then we can all pick up one of these books, because I think that would be a great way to just kind of solidify all of the things that we learned at King that day. So
I think everybody can learn from it.
thank you, Kim,
Thank
for
you.
being on the show today.
Thanks
I
for having me.
really, really appreciate that people like you care enough to be able to put information like this in my hands so that I can learn.
Thank you.
cityofwaupaca.org is the official website of the City of Waupaca government and departments. cityofwaupaca.org features all the government information you need to know, including meeting information, elections and voting, a staff contact directory, important city alerts, pay your utility bills online, find out about parks and recreation programs, public works services, know what you need to do if you plan to remodel your home. That and more available at cityofwaupaca.org, your City of Waupaca government available on your computer, tablet, or smartphone.
We are going to the Waupaca Community Arts Center to see Emerging Visions, Emerging Artists, some very talented high schoolers with art on display from May 14th through July 14th. We are talking to Raina. Hi, Raina.
Hi.
It's good to have you here. I think having the Emerging Artists Show as part of the Waupaca Community Arts Center is a great way for you to show off some of your talent. So I know that we have pictures on the wall of yours. Do you do any other art as well?
Yes, I was in medals, but I didn't bring any of that with me. I gave it to all my family members, so.
Oh, well, what a neat thing to do for gifts or whatever. Yeah, it is. It's a nice sentimental souvenir. And we'll get shots of your art. Is there a particular medium that you like to work with?
I used to think I only liked drawing because that's all really I had experience with. But then this year, I tried painting, which I thought I'd be awful at, but I ended up really enjoying it. So I think painting is.
Now, you're a senior as well.
Yes, I am.
And what are you going to do next year?
I'm going to Madison in the fall. I'm going undeclared. I don't know what I want to do, but I like the environment and the arts, so.
It takes a while to, if it does, it takes a while and you're young. So thank you for sharing your art as well as the other students with the rest of Waupaca. We really enjoyed seeing it.
Thank you.
We're going to talk to Alexa. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Now, you have some artwork here, but the one that I want to talk about most is right behind us, and it's a set of eyes that you drew. Tell me what prompted this drawing.
Well, I really just got into this mood where I wanted to do a surrealistic series of artwork, and I was just playing around with some watercolors that I got, and I thought it would look cool if I found a way to mix all of the colors together so they just blended really nicely into each other. So that just kind of came to me as a little random idea.
The cool thing about your little random idea is it is actually the artwork for the poster for this, right?
Yes, it is.
So what grade are you in Waupaca?
I'm a senior at Waupaca High School.
So what are you doing with the rest of your life starting after summer?
Well, I'm going to UW-Madison in the fall, and I'm going in undecided, but I want to do something with literature, I think.
That is really neat. Thanks for being on today, and thanks for having your artwork be part of the city at the Waupaca Community Arts Center.
Awesome. Thank you.
Next, we have Endeavor. Now, Endeavor, you have done a bunch of art that we're going to do close-ups of on the table. Now, why do you like art? One of them is this teapot. Do you have a penchant for doing a different kind of art or what?
Mostly I just prefer like more tangible or useful objects. So like 2D stuff is nice. I enjoy that, but I like my 3D things more. So I make like a spoon. Like here, I made a spoon because why not?
Well, no, absolutely. It's kind of fun. Here, I'm going to show everybody this.
My pride and joy.
Endeavor made a tie. Is this like the world's coolest things? And I actually like to wear ties. So he said this, he actually wore this once. This is, where do you get an idea like this?
I was walking down the hall one day at school and I overheard a kid talk about a tie, and I had been thinking about what I wanted to do with chainmail, and for some reason the two ideas just meshed, and chainmail tie.
You know what? I think that is the coolest part of art, is the creativity that allows you to do things like, I would actually wear something like this. I think it's great. Thank you, Endeavor, for showing us your art today. We'll look forward to seeing you again. Now we're talking to Lenora, who is also a senior at the Waupaca High School and you have a bunch of different kinds of art here. You did, for example, you did some earrings, and you did the picture that we see in the background. So I have to ask you, what's your favorite type of art?
Well, I like them all, but my favorite has been oil painting. Like the one behind you is an oil painting, and then it's just kind of fun to work with. It takes a long time to dry, so you can kind of play with it more, and so that's been my favorite so far.
Well, that's all kinds of fun, and we will get some shots of this. So it's got to be thrilling for you to actually be displaying your art here at the Emerging Artists.
Yeah, it's a really good opportunity for us to have and get some, possibly selling it and getting some money for college would be nice. But it's a really good opportunity to be able to show off what we have and kind of like a little mini professional artist.
Well, I think it's a great chance to show off your talent and to get a little bit of experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lenora, for being with us today and being talking to us about your different kinds of art. And we'll look forward to seeing you again someday.
Okay, thank you. Me too.
We have Monica Gardner here from the Humane Society, Waupaca County, with our Pet of the Month. Welcome back.
Hello.
As always. We have Chloe today, who is this absolutely incredible brown color. She's just beautiful. I love the medium brown. How old is Chloe?
About 11 months.
And she actually looks a little nervous, and you told me she's been doing all kinds of public appearances today.
She is a little bit nervous. I think the bright lights are making her nervous.
That could be.
Yeah.
But if she can, at 11 months old, if she can be out in public and doing all of this kind of stuff, she should be snoring here shortly.
Yeah.
She's a great dog, nice and calm, great young dog. Now, she is part Chihuahua. Do you know what else she is?
Maybe miniature pincher, maybe something else a little bigger. We're not really sure.
Yeah.
But
So
she's not going to get much bigger than this.
that's kind of cool. So how much does she weigh? About 10 pounds?
Yeah, maybe. If
Something like that. So she's a terrific little dog, and you, of course, have lots of puppies.
Yes, we will. About the time this airs, we'll probably have some puppies ready. They're Chihuahua mixed puppies. There are a couple that are brown, kind of like her, and some black ones.
And we'll be talking about kittens on the next episode, but there's always lots of things. If you're interested in adopting an animal, one of the things that you can do is to go online and fill out an application first before we go take a look at them, right? So that's terrific. All right. Thanks, Monica, for your time. Thank you, Chloe, for being on television with us today. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank you for joining us for What's Happening Waupaca. Keep an eye out for Win TV at the Hometown Days 4th of July parade. Not only will we be in the parade, but we'll keep up the tradition of broadcasting the parade on Win TV.